sitting here with Erwin Rode and myself, Neale Petersen, and we're going to be hosting the annual Rode Real Estate Investor Conference. We're really excited about this. So Erwin, what I thought, let's just go and talk about the confidence at the moment in the investor market, because there's not a lot of confidence. I mean, we're in a technical recession right now.
Well, I think we all know it, that it's a huge, there has been a huge drop in confidence, especially over the past 7 months. I must say, as a long-term forecaster, I'm not surprised at it. It's a question of when was it going to happen. After all, we've got a government that is following an anti-investment policy. They obviously don't see it like that, but in effect, this is what has been happening. And then a few other things, of course, local politics, and yeah, we all know about the corruption that is taking place. It's making people very pessimistic. And the problem with pessimism is that investors don't invest in a country where they can't see a long-term future.
Erwin, maybe talking to other commentators, they're not really optimistic about the rest of the world either. Because if you look what's happening in America with Donald Trump and, I mean, he's upsetting everybody. I mean,
well, speaking of the Donald Trumps of this world, and also the Brexit phenomenon, as I see it, it's the result of globalization, which is now, it's touching the pockets of your blue collar worker and even higher up in the first world countries, because jobs have shifted to the east. But yes, so those guys have also problems, but of course that makes our problem even worse, because they are in turn also investing less at the moment, not only because of the globalization thing, but also because of the financialization of the first world countries. By financialization, I mean the extraordinary growth we've seen on the stock exchanges. Right. So there are so many headwinds that we're facing right now.
Sure.
And then the question arises, of course, to a normal person in South Africa with some capital, what are you to do about it?
Absolutely. What does a South African investor do?
I would say that the rationale for investing overseas is not so much, although it could become in future too, but I would say the primary reason would be political, to sort of have a plan B. Yeah. Because let's face it, I mean, there's a reason why Zimbabwe became what it is, and that's a lack of growth. When you find, especially in third world countries, but also when we saw it in Germany in the 30s, when a country stops growing and in fact is regressing economically speaking, and jobs disappear to thin air, the political implications could be horrendous. And South Africa is heading that way, you can argue, as a pessimist, and I'm a born and bred pessimist. Well, I'll call myself realistic, but other people probably call me pessimistic. Yeah. Yeah, it's a question of having a plan B, I would argue, if you have lots of capital. If you don't have lots of capital, of course, well, then you've got only a plan A.
Yes.
Right, so, yeah, because my prognosis for the economy is poor, therefore the prognosis for consumer spending must be poor. So we're not going to see this sort of exuberant growth in retail performance or retail returns, retail property returns that we've had over the past 50 years. So I think retail, as a generalization, it's difficult to generalize, would probably perform on a par with or closer to a par with office and industrial, say the next 5 years or so.
Right. So Erwin, thank you very much. It's been great chatting to you, and we look forward to seeing you all at the conference.